Welcome to our channel, the place where knowledge meets curiosity. Here, we dive deep into the wonders of history, science, culture, and mysteries that shape our world. Every video is designed to open your mind and spark your imagination. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this incredible journey together. Now we explain Pandora's Box, the awakening of humanity, a mythic journey through curiosity, suffering, and hope.
Beneath the blazing Egyptian sun, where the desert stretches like an ocean of gold, rise the great pyramids of Giza, monuments so vast, so precise, and so enduring that they defy the limits of time itself. For more than 4.5 millennia, they have stood against the relentless wind, the drifting sands, and the fading memory of empires. To stand before them is to gaze upon the eternal, stone mountains forged not by nature, but by the will of humankind. The story of the Great Pyramid begins not in mystery, but in ambition. The ambition of one man, Pharaoh Khufu, the living god of ancient Egypt's 4th dynasty. Around 2560 BCE, Khufu ordered the construction of a tomb so magnificent that it would secure his passage to the afterlife and proclaim his divine power for eternity. Yet what rose from the plateau at Giza was more than a tomb. It was an idea made manifest, a vision carved from limestone, embodying the unyielding human drive to reach for the impossible. As dawn breaks over the Nile, the river shimmers like molten gold. The fertile black soil along its banks hums with life, while beyond, the desert waits, harsh, unforgiving, and eternal. It is here that Khufu's architects and laborers would challenge the impossible. Imagine the scene, thousands upon thousands of workers arriving at the Giza Plateau, their silhouettes stretched long by the morning sun. The sound of chisels echoes through the valley. Sledges creak under the weight of immense limestone blocks. Dust rises like incense into the air, and the hum of coordinated labor fills the landscape like a living heartbeat. The pyramid's construction remains one of history's most extraordinary achievements. Over 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, were quarried, transported, and placed with astonishing precision. The structure once soared nearly 481 feet into the sky, making it the tallest man-made monument on Earth for almost 4,000 years. How such a feat was accomplished without iron tools, pulleys, or modern machinery remains one of humanity's most enduring enigmas. But the genius of the Great Pyramid lies not only in its scale, but in its perfection. Each side of its base measures roughly 230 meters, aligned with almost mathematical precision to the 4 cardinal points of the compass. The base itself is leveled to within less than an inch across its entire span. Even today, engineers marvel at such accuracy. Some say it was divine guidance. Others credit a mastery of mathematics, astronomy, and practical geometry far beyond what we imagine of that era. The architects of Khufu's pyramid, most likely led by a high priest and engineer named Himuni, were not just builders, they were visionaries. They understood the movement of the sun, the rhythm of the stars, and the pulse of the earth itself. To them, architecture was not mere construction, it was cosmology in stone. The pyramid was designed as a bridge between worlds, a gateway from mortal existence to the eternal life promised in the afterworld. Its geometry mirrored the rays of the sun descending to earth, guiding the pharaoh's soul heavenward to join Ra, the sun god, in his celestial voyage. At its core lies a network of corridors and chambers, mysterious, silent, and steeped in ritual. The Grand Gallery, a corridor of remarkable proportions, stretches upward like a stone throat, drawing the gaze heavenward. The King's Chamber, constructed entirely of massive granite blocks transported from Aswan nearly 800 kilometers to the south, is the heart of this stone cosmos. Within its walls, time seems to stand still. The air is still. the light dim, and the silence profound, as though the world outside has faded away.
But how, one must ask, did they achieve this? The question has haunted archaeologists and engineers alike for centuries. Ancient records provide no blueprints, no detailed explanations. What remains are clues, tool marks, quarries, ramps, and fragments of ancient logistics that hint at methods both ingenious and pragmatic. Some theories suggest that the builders used straight or circular ramps to haul the stones upward. Others propose internal spiral passages hidden within the structure itself. Yet, even with these theories, the sheer precision of the Great Pyramid challenges modern understanding. To grasp the magnitude of this endeavor, we must also understand the society that made it possible. The construction of the Great Pyramid was not the work of slaves, as popular myth suggests, but of a vast, organized workforce, skilled laborers, artisans, engineers, and seasonal workers drawn from across Egypt. Archaeological evidence reveals that they were housed in nearby workers' villages, provided with food, beer, and medical care. These people were not coerced. They were part of a national project, a divine mission to build eternity itself. Their work was not merely labor, it was devotion. Imagine the scale of coordination, quarrying limestone from the Giza Plateau, granite from Aswan, and basalt from the Fayum. The Nile served as a highway of transport, carrying massive blocks on barges during the inundation season, when the river swelled and reached closer to the construction site. The logistics were monumental, requiring administrative precision that rivaled modern engineering projects. Records inscribed on ancient papyri, such as the Diary of Merer, provide rare glimpses into the daily life of the pyramid builders. Merer, an overseer of a team of sailors, describes transporting limestone blocks from Tura to Giza, offering the oldest known first-hand account of pyramid construction. His words bring the ancient project to life, bridging 45 centuries with a few simple lines of text. Day after day, year after year, the Great Pyramid rose higher. With each course of stone, the workers ascended toward the heavens. The labor was grueling, the heat unrelenting, yet there was purpose in every blow of the hammer, every pull of the rope. To the ancient Egyptians, this was not merely construction, it was creation, an act of divine order wrested from chaos. The pyramid was more than a tomb, it was a symbol of Ma'at, the cosmic balance that governed both gods and men. When at last the pyramid neared completion, its outer casing of fine white Tura limestone was polished to brilliance. Under the desert sun, it shone like a beacon, visible for miles in every direction. Ancient travelers described it as a mountain of light, its gleaming surface reflecting the sun's rays like a mirror of eternity. At its apex, perhaps capped by a gilded pyramidion, the structure would have blazed like a star fallen to earth, a tangible link between heaven and humanity. Within the sealed corridors, treasures and offerings were placed to accompany Khufu into the afterlife, ritual vessels, sacred statues, and perhaps a symbolic boat for his celestial journey. Priests chanted hymns as the king's body was entombed, his spirit prepared to ascend. Then the great entrance was sealed and the desert reclaimed its silence. The pyramid, now complete, stood as a silent testament to divine ambition. Over the centuries, the winds of time swept over Giza. Dynasties rose and fell, kingdoms flourished and crumbled, yet the pyramids endured. They watched as Alexander marched through Egypt, as Roman legions came and went, as centuries of sand buried ancient secrets. Even today, as modern Cairo sprawls in the distance, the pyramids remain timeless, ancient sentinels standing guard over the memory of an age when gods and men walked the same path toward eternity.
And still, questions linger. Were the pyramids built solely as tombs, or did they serve deeper astronomical or spiritual functions? The alignment of the Great Pyramid to true north is so precise that it deviates by only a fraction of a degree, an accuracy unmatched until the invention of the modern compass. Some scholars believe it was aligned with specific stars, perhaps those of Orion's belt, believed to represent Osiris, the god of resurrection. If so, the pyramid was not just a monument, it was a celestial instrument, connecting earth and sky in a harmony of geometry and myth. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the Great Pyramid lies not in stone, but in spirit. It stands as proof of what humanity can achieve when driven by faith, vision, and purpose. Across millennia, it has inspired emperors, explorers, and scientists alike. Napoleon himself, upon standing before it, is said to have remarked, "Soldiers, from the height of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down upon you." To gaze upon the Great Pyramid is to feel the weight of those centuries, to sense that invisible gaze watching from the dawn of civilization. As the sun dips below the western horizon, the desert cools and shadows stretch long across the plateau. The golden light of sunset washes over the stone, turning it to fire, then to crimson, then to deep purple. Night falls and the stars emerge, glittering over Giza as they have for thousands of years. In that moment, the Great Pyramid ceases to be stone and becomes something else, an idea, eternal and indestructible, whispering across time. In the stillness of the desert night, one can almost hear the echo of ancient voices, the rhythm of hammers, the chants of priests, the murmured prayers of builders who believed that their work would last forever. And in a sense, it has. The Great Pyramid stands not just as the tomb of a king, but as a monument to human will, imagination, and the timeless quest to transcend mortality. The sands may shift, the winds may howl, but the Great Pyramid remains, unchanged, unmoved, eternal. It is a mirror of the stars, a testament of stone, and a reminder that even in the face of time's vastness, human dreams can endure.
Beneath the relentless Egyptian sun, the Giza Plateau reveals not only the grandeur of the Great Pyramid, but also the hidden story of the men and women whose hands carved eternity into stone. To witness the sheer scale of Khufu's vision is to understand the audacity of the human spirit. Yet to comprehend how it was built requires a closer look at the brilliance of ancient engineering. A brilliance that continues to confound scholars, architects, and scientists even today. The Great Pyramid is not simply a monument of stone. It is a symphony of design, mathematics, and labor harmonized to perfection. Every angle, every block, and every corridor reflects centuries of accumulated knowledge, practical skill, and creative daring. The first secret of its construction lies in the careful selection and transportation of materials. The limestone blocks that form the pyramid's outer casing were quarried at Tura, just across the Nile, chosen for their fine texture and gleaming quality. Their journey to Giza was a feat of logistics and coordination. Ancient Egyptians made use of the Nile at its seasonal flood stage, floating massive stones on barges over hundreds of kilometers, navigating the river with astonishing precision. Even the heaviest granite blocks destined for the king's chamber were transported from quarries near Aswan, almost 800 kilometers away. To move such colossal stones required not brute force alone, but ingenious engineering solutions. Modern experiments demonstrate that lubricated sledges, rollers, and coordinated human effort could replicate these ancient methods. Yet the seamless efficiency achieved by the Egyptians suggests a level of organization and technical insight remarkable for any era. At the heart of this engineering marvel was the understanding of geometry and mathematics. The builders employed a sophisticated knowledge of proportions, angles, and alignment. The base of the Great Pyramid is aligned with extraordinary precision to the 4 cardinal points, deviating from true north by less than a fraction of a degree. Some theories suggest that the builders used the stars, Orion for instance, as celestial guides, employing rudimentary but effective astronomical observations to achieve a level of alignment that modern instruments might envy. The pyramid's slopes, approximately 51 degrees, were not arbitrary.
They were carefully calculated to balance stability, aesthetic proportion, and symbolic meaning. The shape itself, a tapering form pointing to the sky, embodies a vision of ascension, guiding the pharaoh's soul toward eternity. Perhaps the most fascinating element of the construction is the method by which the blocks were lifted into place. Scholars have debated for centuries. Were ramps used, and if so, how? Some propose straight ramps extending hundreds of meters across the plateau, while others suggest a spiraling or zigzagging internal ramp rising along the pyramid's core. The internal ramp theory, proposed by French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin, suggests that workers may have built a ramp within the structure itself, allowing them to maneuver the massive stones with minimal external scaffolding. Whatever the method, the precision with which the stones were placed is astonishing. Even today, it is almost impossible to slip a piece of paper between the blocks at some points, testament to the skill and patience of the builders.
The labor force itself was a marvel of organization. Contrary to the popular myth of slave labor, evidence now shows that the workforce consisted of skilled laborers, artisans, and seasonal workers who were well-fed, housed, and respected for their contribution. The village at Giza, uncovered by archaeologists, reveals dormitories, bakeries, breweries, and even medical facilities. Workers were organized into crews, each responsible for specific sections, with overseers coordinating the logistics of supply, movement, and placement. Hieroglyphic inscriptions, such as the Diary of Merer, provide a rare glimpse into the daily operations: transport of limestone from Tura, coordination of boats along the Nile, and meticulous tracking of progress. The construction of the pyramid was, in essence, a national project, a coordinated effort that required both discipline and devotion. Equally remarkable is the design of the internal chambers and passageways. The Great Pyramid contains a network of corridors, galleries, and chambers designed not just for function, but for spiritual significance. The Grand Gallery, stretching upwards in a soaring, tapered corridor, exemplifies both architectural ingenuity and symbolic design. Its precise angles, corbelled walls, and remarkable height demonstrate advanced understanding of weight distribution and structural integrity. The King's Chamber, constructed entirely of massive granite blocks, was designed to withstand the enormous pressure of the overlying stone. The precise fit and alignment of these stones, some weighing up to 80 tons, show an engineering sophistication that modern architects can still study with admiration. The alignment of the pyramid is equally mesmerizing in its astronomical implications. Some theories suggest that the pyramid's layout corresponds with key stars and celestial events. The descending passage aligns with the star Alnitak in Orion's belt, associated with Osiris, the god of rebirth and afterlife. Other passages may have served as ventilation shafts, but also as conduits for the pharaoh's soul, symbolically linking him with the heavens. This combination of functionality and cosmic symbolism exemplifies the Egyptians' holistic approach to design, where engineering, religion, and astronomy intersected seamlessly. Moreover, the precision of the pyramid's core and outer casing demonstrates mastery over materials and construction techniques. The limestone blocks, quarried, transported, and polished to mirror-like perfection, were set with such accuracy that the joints are nearly invisible. The casing, though largely lost to time and human repurposing, would have shone brilliantly under the Egyptian sun, a beacon of divine authority and architectural perfection. Inside, the massive granite blocks of the King's Chamber form a ceiling of unparalleled stability, with layers of relieving chambers designed to distribute the immense weight of the stones above. This combination of art, science, and engineering created a structure that has endured for nearly 5 millennia, impervious to earthquakes, floods, and the relentless desert wind.
The choice of materials was also strategic. Limestone, abundant and workable, provided both structural integrity and aesthetic appeal. Granite, harder and heavier, was reserved for the most sacred spaces, emphasizing the importance of the chambers housing the pharaoh. The Egyptians understood the properties of their materials, manipulating them with tools of copper, dolerite, and ingenuity.
Drill marks, chisel scars, and polished surfaces reveal a labor-intensive process demanding patience, dexterity, and technical knowledge. Each stone became a testament to skill, each joint a reflection of precision, each corridor a blend of utility and symbolism. Construction techniques extended beyond simple placement of blocks. Archaeologists have found evidence of innovative methods for moving stones over sand, such as wetting the sand in front of sledges to reduce friction, a simple yet brilliant solution to a seemingly insurmountable problem. The coordinated effort to transport stones, lift them, and position them with millimeter accuracy required not only physical strength, but intelligence, planning, and teamwork. This orchestrated effort reflects a society capable of complex organization, demonstrating that the pyramid was as much a feat of human management as of engineering. The engineering genius of the Great Pyramid extends beyond its construction into its survival. Its weight is distributed evenly, its internal pressures calculated, and its alignment with the Earth's cardinal points minimizes structural stress. The pyramid was designed not just to stand, but to endure, to survive centuries of environmental challenges and human interference. Its continued existence is evidence of this foresight, a silent but eloquent testament to ancient knowledge. Furthermore, the pyramid's construction can be understood as an early demonstration of project management on a monumental scale. Detailed planning, labor organization, supply chains, material logistics, and quality control were all integrated into a system that allowed thousands of workers to operate in harmony. Modern project managers would recognize in the pyramid's creation principles that remain relevant: delegation of responsibilities, phased construction, risk management, and continuous oversight. The Egyptians applied these principles without written blueprints, CAD software, or mechanized tools, relying solely on human skill, observation, and communication.
Perhaps the most enduring mystery is the human element behind this technological feat. Each block required countless hours of effort, each corridor meticulous attention to detail, each chamber careful alignment. The workers, motivated by faith, pride, and duty, became part of something larger than themselves. Their labor was both a spiritual and practical endeavor, connecting the mortal with the divine, the ephemeral with eternity. The Great Pyramid was, in essence, a collaboration of human ingenuity and cosmic vision, an achievement that transcended the ordinary and touched the extraordinary. In the desert, today, as tourists and scholars wander across the plateau, the scale of the pyramid still astonishes. Standing at its base, one can feel the weight of history pressing down, the magnitude of collective effort palpable in the air. The stones, weathered yet enduring, speak of ambition, faith, and mastery. The corridors and chambers, though silent, echo the voices of the builders, the chants of priests, and the devotion of a civilization determined to achieve immortality through stone. The Great Pyramid, in all its complexity, remains a masterclass in engineering. Its success relied on an understanding of physics, mathematics, and human labor that borders on genius. It demonstrates foresight, adaptability, and precision, the hallmarks of a civilization at its zenith. From the transportation of massive stones to the construction of internal passageways, every element reveals a careful, deliberate, and awe-inspiring design. The pyramid is not merely a tomb. It is a lesson in what humans can achieve when vision and skill converge. Yet, despite centuries of study, the pyramid continues to inspire questions. How exactly were some of the heaviest stones maneuvered with such accuracy? How were such precise measurements maintained over hundreds of meters without modern tools? Were there tools or techniques lost to time, innovations so advanced that even today we struggle to replicate them? These questions, while unanswered in full, underscore the greatness of the achievement. The pyramid is not simply a relic, but a living puzzle, challenging every generation that gazes upon it. In reflecting on the builder's genius, one must also consider the broader cultural context. Egyptian society was deeply intertwined with religion, governance, and symbolism.
The pyramid was a manifestation of this unity, a religious monument, a political statement, and a technological marvel. It reflects the values of a civilization that saw the cosmos, mortality, and eternity as interconnected, and it channels these principles into a single monumental structure. The Great Pyramid embodies not only the skill of its builders, but the vision of an entire society that understood its place in the universe. As the sun sets over the Giza Plateau, casting long shadows across the desert, the Great Pyramid glows with the light of history and imagination. Its stones, silent yet eloquent, tell a story of human endeavor, technical brilliance, and devotion to something greater than oneself. It stands not just as a tomb, but as a testament to ingenuity, perseverance, and the capacity of humanity to turn vision into reality. As the desert winds sweep across the Giza Plateau, carrying centuries of sand and history, one cannot help but sense that the Great Pyramid is more than a tomb or monument. It is a reflection of the cosmos, a stone embodiment of ideas, faith, and mathematical genius. Its architects did not merely build a structure, they designed a universe in miniature, translating the mysteries of the heavens into the language of geometry and the permanence of stone. Every angle, every alignment, every carefully measured course of limestone embodies a vision that extends beyond the temporal and the terrestrial, reaching into the eternal. At the heart of this vision lies a profound understanding of symbolism. The pyramid is an earthly representation of the primeval mound, Benben, the mythical place where creation began according to ancient Egyptian belief. Rising from the flat sands of Giza, the Great Pyramid mirrors this cosmic mound, bridging the world of men with the divine. Its shape, a perfect tetrahedron pointing skyward, signifies ascent, transformation, and the soul's journey to the stars. To the ancient Egyptians, the pyramid was not simply a physical object, it was a living symbol, a spiritual engine that guided the deceased pharaoh into the eternal realm of the gods. The symbolism extends deep into the pyramid's internal architecture. The alignment of the king's chamber and the queen's chamber, the orientation of the grand gallery, and the pathways carved within the stone all carry meaning that is both functional and mystical. The grand gallery, with its soaring ceiling and perfectly corbelled walls, is more than a corridor. It is a transitional space, a symbolic ascent from the mortal realm to the divine. The chambers themselves, constructed with massive granite blocks, are sanctuaries of power and devotion, designed to house the pharaoh and his journey to the afterlife while simultaneously embodying cosmic principles. The pyramid's alignment with the cardinal points of the compass is no coincidence. True north, south, east, and west were determined with remarkable precision, suggesting that the architects employed advanced observational techniques. Some researchers argue that the alignment was achieved using the stars, particularly the circumpolar stars, which never set and were thus eternal symbols of immortality. Others suggest that solar observations, using gnomons and shadow casting, allowed for precise orientation. Regardless of the method, the result is extraordinary. A structure of immense size and weight aligned with the heavens to within a fraction of a degree, an achievement that would remain unmatched for millennia. Astronomical significance extends beyond orientation. Scholars have long noted potential correlations between the layout of the pyramids at Giza and the stars of Orion's belt. In Egyptian mythology, Osiris was associated with Orion, the god of resurrection and the afterlife. If the pyramids were intended to mirror this celestial pattern, the Great Pyramid becomes a terrestrial reflection of the heavens, connecting the pharaoh's earthly tomb with the cosmic realm. Such an alignment demonstrates not only architectural skill, but a profound understanding of astronomy, religion, and geometry, a union of science and spirituality that resonates across the millennia.
Mystical geometry also permeates the pyramid's design. The proportions of the pyramid may encode mathematical constants that would not be formally defined for thousands of years. Scholars have observed relationships approximating the golden ratio, pi, and other ratios within the dimensions of the Great Pyramid. Whether these ratios were intentional or coincidental remains debated, yet their presence suggests that the builders possessed an intuitive grasp of mathematical principles, integrating them seamlessly into both form and function. The pyramid, in this sense, is both an engineering marvel and a mathematical poem, a synthesis of precision, beauty, and cosmic symbolism. The structure's internal chambers also reflect this mystical geometry. The king's chamber, composed entirely of granite, is perfectly proportioned, and its location within the pyramid aligns with internal stress distribution, demonstrating advanced understanding of structural physics. The so-called relieving chambers above the king's chamber were designed to redistribute the immense weight of the stone above, a practical solution ingeniously integrated into the symbolic architecture. Even the shafts leading from the king's and queen's chambers may have served dual purposes, functioning as ventilation while simultaneously pointing towards specific stars, further linking the mortal and celestial realms. Beyond geometry and astronomy, the pyramid's design carries profound symbolic meaning related to Egyptian beliefs about death, rebirth, and eternity. The alignment, dimensions, and internal layout reflect a worldview in which the pharaoh's journey after death was both spiritual and cosmic. Every element, the ascending passages, the corbelled ceilings, the sealed chambers, was designed to protect, guide, and elevate the pharaoh's soul. The pyramid itself became a vessel for transformation, a bridge from the temporal world to the eternal, from earth to sky, from mortality to immortality. The choice of materials further reinforces this symbolic vision. The polished limestone casing, now mostly lost to history, reflected sunlight with dazzling brilliance, turning the pyramid into a beacon across the desert. Granite, sourced from Aswan, symbolized permanence and power, its reddish hue associated with life and vitality. The contrast between limestone and granite, between light and solidity, reflects an awareness of symbolism in materiality as well as in structure. The Egyptians were not merely constructing, they were composing, creating a multi-dimensional experience in stone, light, and space. The mathematical sophistication embedded within the pyramid also points to a broader cultural achievement. Egyptian civilization at this time was capable of large-scale administration, precise record-keeping, and coordinated labor across vast distances. The Diary of Merer, a rare surviving document, records the transport of limestone blocks, the organization of teams, and the daily rhythms of work. This administrative genius was essential to the execution of the pyramid, yet it also reflects a worldview in which meticulous planning and cosmic order were inseparable. In every aspect, from the movement of the Nile barges to the alignment of the stones, the Great Pyramid embodies an interplay of human skill and divine principle. The pyramid's mystical significance extends beyond their construction to their enduring presence in the human imagination. Across centuries, they have inspired philosophers, architects, and explorers, from Herodotus to modern engineers, all marveling at the audacity and precision of the builders. Napoleon reportedly marveled at their scale, while modern scientists continue to study their alignment, construction, and materials. The Great Pyramid, through its very existence, bridges time, connecting the ancient world to the present and reminding us of the continuity of human curiosity and aspiration.
Even as the desert wind erodes the plateau, and centuries of history layer themselves like sediment around the base, the Great Pyramid continues to embody cosmic order and human ambition. Its shadow stretches across the sands, a silent monument to the union of mathematics, astronomy, and symbolism. To stand at its base is to witness a dialogue between earth and sky, stone and spirit, mortality and eternity. Each line, each corner, each hidden chamber speaks to a civilization attuned to both the tangible and the transcendental, revealing a sophisticated understanding of the world and the cosmos that resonates through time. The Great Pyramid's design also reflects the Egyptians' profound connection to cycles of nature and the cosmos. Seasonal flooding of the Nile, solar patterns, and stellar movements were all observed, recorded, and incorporated into their planning.
The rising of Orion, the heliacal rising of Sirius, and the path of the sun informed ritual, architecture, and daily life. In this way, the pyramid is not a static monument, but a dynamic symbol, intimately connected to celestial rhythms, human activity, and the cycles of life and death. Its geometry, orientation, and proportions encode an ancient understanding of the universe, a comprehension both practical and mystical. The mystical dimensions of the pyramid extend into speculation about hidden chambers, undiscovered shafts, and symbolic alignments. Advanced scanning technologies have revealed anomalies within the structure, suggesting voids and passages still unexplored. Each discovery fuels a sense of wonder, reinforcing the notion that the pyramid is not simply a tomb, but a complex, layered creation designed to encapsulate knowledge, faith, and cosmic order. The builder's vision was not limited to the physical. It encompassed the metaphysical, the celestial, and the eternal. As night falls over Giza, the desert quiets and the stars emerge. The alignment of the pyramids with celestial bodies becomes more apparent. The Great Pyramid, pointing skyward, reflects and echoes the constellations above. In the stillness, one can almost sense the builder's intention to connect the terrestrial to the celestial, the mortal to the divine, the ephemeral to the eternal. The stones themselves, though silent, seem to hum with the rhythm of the cosmos, a resonance born of geometry, faith, and human ingenuity. In considering the pyramid's design, it is clear that it represents a fusion of multiple disciplines: engineering, astronomy, mathematics, symbolism, and spirituality. The architects were not only builders, but philosophers, visionaries, and astronomers, harmonizing the practical with the transcendent. The Great Pyramid, in its silent grandeur, embodies this unity, standing as a testament to the capacity of human imagination to interpret, reflect, and immortalize the mysteries of the universe.
The mystical and astronomical aspects of the pyramid continue to inspire awe and curiosity. Scholars debate theories, from stellar alignment to hidden chambers, each revealing a glimpse of the ancient mind's sophistication. The pyramid is not merely an architectural feat. It is a repository of knowledge, a symbol of cosmic order, and a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Its geometry and symbolism reflect a worldview in which every action, measurement, and orientation was infused with meaning, connecting human labor to eternal principles. In the desert night, with the stars reflecting the pyramid's form, one senses the enduring genius of the builders. They were visionaries who translated the heavens into stone, creating a monument that is at once functional, symbolic, and eternal. The Great Pyramid, through its alignment, proportions, and geometry, communicates across millennia, embodying both the aspirations of a civilization and the timeless wonder of human ingenuity. The Great Pyramid's design reminds us that architecture can transcend mere functionality, becoming a medium through which humanity engages with the universe. It embodies a culture's understanding of life, death, and eternity, a civilization's grasp of mathematics and astronomy, and the unyielding human desire to reach beyond the temporal. In every line, every block, and every alignment, the pyramid communicates a vision that is as powerful today as it was 4,500 years ago. Thus, the Great Pyramid stands not only as a marvel of construction, but as a testament to the Egyptian mind, disciplined, spiritual, and in harmony with the cosmos. Its design reflects a civilization capable of synthesizing knowledge, faith, and imagination, producing a structure that continues to challenge, inspire, and awe. The secrets embedded within its stones, the celestial patterns mirrored in its alignment, and the symbolic resonance of its shape remind us that the Great Pyramid is more than a tomb. It is a bridge across time, connecting the ancient and the modern, the human and the divine. As dawn breaks over Giza, casting long golden rays across the plateau, the pyramid glows with the light of both history and imagination. It is a silent testament to vision, intelligence, and devotion.
The cosmic and mystical genius of its design ensures that it endures not merely as a structure of stone, but as an eternal symbol of human aspiration, a link between earth and sky, and a manifestation of the timeless desire to understand and harmonize with the universe.
Amidst the vast expanse of desert sand and beneath the shadow of the Great Pyramid, the story of human endeavor unfolds, a story of thousands of lives intertwined with one of history's most extraordinary creations. While the grandeur of the pyramid draws awe and admiration, it is easy to overlook the people whose labor, skill, and devotion brought stone to life. These were not faceless slaves, as myth has long suggested, but skilled craftsmen, engineers, and laborers whose daily existence was bound to the rhythm of construction, the pulse of the Nile, and the vision of eternity. To truly comprehend the pyramid, one must walk among the workers, hear the clang of tools, smell the dust of quarried limestone, and feel the exhaustion and pride that define daily life on Giza Plateau nearly 4,500 years ago. The labor force was organized with remarkable sophistication, reflecting the Egyptians' administrative genius. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of carefully planned villages near the pyramid, housing the workforce in structures made of mud brick. These settlements were equipped with dormitories, bakeries, breweries, workshops, and even medical facilities. The presence of bakeries, producing tens of thousands of loaves of bread daily, breweries fermenting vast quantities of beer, and storage rooms for dried meat and grains indicates a well-supplied workforce operating under an advanced logistical system. Each individual played a distinct role, contributing to a complex, coordinated effort that transformed the Giza Plateau into a bustling hub of construction. The workers themselves were divided into crews, sometimes referred to as files, with each team responsible for specific tasks: quarrying stone, transporting blocks, constructing ramps, assembling the pyramid, or shaping and polishing surfaces. Each crew was further subdivided into smaller units, allowing for specialized labor and efficient coordination. Hieroglyphic graffiti on the stones, often left by teams such as the Friends of Khufu or the Drunkards of Menkaure, reveals not only a sense of camaraderie, but also pride in their work. These inscriptions, far from being idle doodles, provide a rare and intimate glimpse into the human element behind monumental achievement. Daily life for a worker was grueling but purposeful. The work began at dawn, as the desert's chill gave way to the harsh heat of the sun. Sledges carrying limestone or granite were hauled across the sands by groups of men, their rhythm synchronized by the chants of overseers. The dampening of sand to reduce friction, a technique evidenced in wall paintings and experimental archaeology, illustrates a sophisticated understanding of physics applied through practical ingenuity. Workers carved, lifted, and positioned stones with precision that belied the simplicity of their tools: copper chisels, wooden mallets, dolerite pounders, and ropes. The air was thick with dust, sweat, and the sharp tang of limestone, yet the laborers moved with methodical determination, driven by both duty and devotion. Nutrition and sustenance were essential to sustaining this enormous effort. Archaeological excavations have revealed that workers were provided with generous rations: bread, beer, onions, garlic, fish, and occasional meat. Beer was a staple, serving as both hydration and caloric supplement. The provisioning of workers reflects not only concern for health, but also recognition of the value of human labor. Properly nourished, rested, and motivated, the workforce could maintain the stamina necessary to lift massive stones, maintain complex structures, and ensure the precision required for construction. The diet, simple yet effective, supported endurance, focus, and collective efficiency over the decades-long building period. Medical care was another crucial aspect of daily life. Skeletal remains uncovered in nearby workers' cemeteries reveal evidence of healed fractures, arthritis, and other ailments treated with remarkable skill. Surgical tools,
Bandages and knowledge of anatomy suggest that physicians and healers were on hand to tend to injuries, a reflection of the Egyptians' understanding of human biology and their investment in the workforce's well-being. Even in an era without modern medicine, the care provided was sufficient to allow workers to return to their tasks and continue contributing to one of the greatest construction projects in human history. Hierarchy and social organization were integral to the workforce. Overseers and foremen directed teams, managed logistics, and maintained order, ensuring that every block, ramp, and corridor was executed according to plan. These supervisors were responsible for scheduling, quality control, and coordination with other crews. Their role required both technical knowledge and leadership, as the project demanded precision, discipline, and foresight. The social structure, though organized and hierarchical, also reflected a sense of collective purpose. Each worker, whether carving stone or transporting massive blocks, understood their role in the grand vision, a pyramid that would endure for millennia, a testament to human capability. The spiritual dimension of labor was equally significant. The construction of the pyramid was not merely an architectural endeavor, it was a sacred act. Workers participated in rituals, observed religious customs, and contributed to the divine mission of ensuring the pharaoh's ascension to the afterlife. The daily toil was imbued with purpose, a connection between the material and spiritual worlds. In this context, labor was more than physical effort. It was a form of devotion, a means of aligning oneself with cosmic order, and a contribution to eternity. Transportation of stones, a particularly demanding aspect of construction, required ingenuity and cooperation. Teams used sledges, rollers, and lubricated sand to move massive limestone and granite blocks across the plateau. Seasonal flooding of the Nile allowed heavy stones to be transported via barges, utilizing the river as a natural highway. Coordination between river transport, labor crews, and on-site assembly demonstrates the Egyptians' mastery of logistics. Every stage, from quarrying to placement, was carefully orchestrated, reflecting both technical knowledge and organizational acumen.
The physical demands were immense. Some stones weighed tens of tons, requiring not only strength but precise coordination to position without damaging adjacent blocks. The Grand Gallery and internal chambers demanded careful maneuvering of massive granite blocks, with workers employing levers, ramps, and ingenuity to achieve perfect alignment. Archaeological evidence suggests that teams specialized in lifting, moving, and setting stones, demonstrating both division of labor and advanced problem-solving skills. The workers' endurance, skill, and discipline were as critical to the pyramid's completion as the vision of its architects. Life at the workers' village was both communal and regulated. Social bonds formed among teams, strengthened by shared meals, chants, and rituals. Graffiti on the stones shows humor, pride, and identity, revealing that even amidst the strain of construction, the human spirit flourished. The village itself was a microcosm of Egyptian society, reflecting organization, care, and the value placed on human labor. Its existence demonstrates that the pyramid was not built in isolation, but through the collective effort of a society capable of sustaining large-scale projects over decades. The workers' contribution extended beyond physical labor. They were also skilled artisans. Polishing, shaping, and finishing stones required attention to detail and mastery of techniques. These artisans ensured that the pyramid's surfaces met aesthetic and symbolic standards, creating a monument that was not only structurally sound, but visually and spiritually resonant. Every polished limestone block, every precisely carved granite corner, attests to human creativity, skill, and devotion. In addition to physical labor, administrative precision underpinned the workforce's effectiveness. Records, though scarce, indicate meticulous planning, inventory management, and scheduling.
The transportation of stones, allocation of food, rotation of laborers, and supervision of specialized tasks were coordinated across decades, reflecting advanced project management. The scale of organization required to construct the Great Pyramid remains remarkable, rivaling modern engineering projects in its complexity and execution. The rhythm of daily life on the plateau was punctuated by rituals and celebrations. Religious observances reinforced the sacred purpose of the work, while communal events fostered morale and cohesion. Music, chanting, and ceremony accompanied labor, imbuing it with meaning and sustaining collective spirit. The integration of labor, faith, and community created an environment in which human effort was harmonized with cosmic purpose, ensuring that the pyramid's construction was both a practical and spiritual achievement. The workers' resilience and dedication were critical to the pyramid's success. Harsh desert conditions, long hours, and massive physical demands required not only endurance, but adaptability and problem-solving skills. Workers developed techniques to reduce friction, leverage weight, and coordinate movement with precision. Their ability to innovate, collaborate, and persevere reflects a profound understanding of human capability and a culture that valued both labor and ingenuity.
Children, apprentices, and supporting staff contributed in smaller but significant ways, performing tasks such as carrying tools, preparing food, or assisting in logistics. Their involvement highlights the communal nature of the project, with multiple generations participating in a shared vision. Education, mentorship, and practical training ensured that knowledge was transmitted effectively, maintaining continuity and skill across decades. The pyramid, in this sense, was as much a social and cultural endeavor as it was a physical construction. Archaeological discoveries at Giza provide tangible evidence of this human presence. Skeletal remains, inscriptions, tools, and remnants of housing reveal a civilization capable of sustaining large-scale labor with sophistication, care, and foresight. Studies of bones show healed fractures and signs of repetitive strain, indicating not only the physical toll, but also the provision of medical care. These findings challenge earlier misconceptions and illuminate the humanity behind the stone: individuals with skills, families, hopes, and devotion. As the pyramid rose, so too did the sense of collective accomplishment. Workers could witness the fruits of their labor, course by course, block by block, as the structure ascended toward the sky. The pyramid became a living testament to human ingenuity, a physical manifestation of shared purpose and aspiration. The interplay between individual effort and collective vision transformed the desert plateau into a site of monumental achievement, a symbol of what humanity can accomplish through organization, skill, and devotion. Even after completion, the laborers' impact remained embedded in the pyramid. Their inscriptions, tool marks, and subtle signatures form a silent record of participation, connecting modern observers to the lives of those who toiled to achieve the impossible. The Great Pyramid stands not only as a testament to the pharaoh's ambition, but as an enduring monument to the men and women who turned vision into reality through sweat, skill, and unwavering commitment. In contemplating the human story behind the stone, it becomes clear that the Great Pyramid's true wonder is not solely its size or precision, but the intricate human network that created it. Each block represents countless hours of labor. Every corridor reflects coordination and expertise, and every polished surface embodies devotion and craftsmanship. The pyramid's grandeur is inseparable from the lives, sweat, and ingenuity of the workforce that made it possible. As the desert sun sets over Giza, casting shadows across the plateau, one can almost hear the echoes of human activity, the chants of workers, the rhythm of sledges, the hum of coordinated effort. The Great Pyramid, silent yet eloquent, speaks to the human spirit, to creativity, collaboration, and the enduring drive to transform vision into reality. Its stones are not merely inert.
They are a testament to the people whose hands shaped history and whose labor ensured that the dream of eternity could be realized. The story of the workforce illuminates the intersection of human endurance, organization, and aspiration. It reminds us that monumental achievement is always built upon human effort, ingenuity, and resilience. Without the thousands of skilled laborers, artisans, and organizers, the Great Pyramid would remain an impossible dream. Their lives, though largely unrecorded, are immortalized in the stones they placed, the inscriptions they left behind, and the legacy they helped create. Even millennia later, the Great Pyramid continues to inspire awe. Visitors and scholars alike are struck not only by its scale, but by the humanity embedded in its construction. Its creation required physical strength, technical knowledge, coordination, and unwavering dedication. It demanded vision, faith, and meticulous planning. Every block is a testament to human capability, every corridor a reflection of ingenuity, and every chamber a monument to devotion. The pyramid stands not only as a symbol of pharaonic power, but as an enduring tribute to the people who brought it into being. The legacy of the workers extends beyond their time, influencing architecture, engineering, and human understanding across centuries. Their techniques, organization, and devotion continue to inform modern scholarship, experimental archaeology, and public imagination. The Great Pyramid is not merely an artifact. It is a living testament to human achievement, a bridge across time connecting the aspirations, skills, and lives of ancient builders to those who stand in awe today. In the stillness of the desert night, the Great Pyramid remains a silent witness to human perseverance and ingenuity. Its enduring presence testifies to the capacity of individuals to collaborate, innovate, and dedicate themselves to a shared vision. The story of the workforce is inseparable from the pyramid itself, a reminder that behind every monumental creation lies the human spirit, the sweat, skill, and determination that transform dreams into reality. In this, the Great Pyramid is not only a marvel of engineering and architecture, but a monument to humanity itself, a timeless celebration of collective endeavor, vision, and achievement.
As the first light of dawn spills across the Giza Plateau, illuminating the weathered limestone of the Great Pyramid, it is impossible not to feel the weight of time pressing against eternity. For over 4.5 millennia, this colossal structure has stood as a witness to the rise and fall of empires, the passage of countless generations, and the inexorable march of history. Yet despite its age, the Great Pyramid retains an awe-inspiring presence, a silent authority that continues to captivate scholars, explorers, and dreamers alike. Its legacy is far more than physical. It is intellectual, cultural, spiritual, and profoundly human, a monument that speaks across the centuries to the eternal ambition of mankind. The enduring power of the Great Pyramid is evident in its influence on architecture, engineering, and cultural imagination. For centuries, civilizations around the world have marveled at its scale and precision, seeking to emulate, study, or surpass it. Roman architects and engineers, centuries later, would develop monumental structures inspired by its proportions and construction techniques. During the Renaissance, scholars and architects studied its geometry and engineering principles, incorporating the lessons of the ancients into cathedrals, fortresses, and public buildings. Even modern engineers have been drawn to the pyramid as an unparalleled example of planning, logistics, and construction mastery, a source of inspiration and challenge across disciplines. But the pyramid's influence is not limited to technical achievement. It extends deeply into human imagination. Legends, myths, and stories have grown around its stones, its chambers, and its shadowed corridors. From travelers chronicling its grandeur to explorers braving the desert in search of hidden chambers, the Great Pyramid has become a cultural icon, representing both mystery and human possibility. It has appeared in literature, art, and modern media, inspiring artists, writers, and filmmakers to grapple with its scale, precision, and enigmatic aura. Across civilizations and centuries, the pyramid has stood as a symbol of ambition, vision, and the capacity of humans to reach beyond their mortal limitations. Yet alongside its legacy lies enduring mystery. Scholars continue to debate countless aspects of its construction, design, and purpose. The methods by which the massive stones were quarried, transported, and precisely positioned remain only partially understood. Experimental archaeology and modern simulations provide insight, yet no single theory fully explains the level of precision achieved with tools considered primitive by today's standards. Theories abound: massive external ramps, internal spiral passages, rolling sledges over lubricated sand, or combinations thereof. Each hypothesis sheds light on one aspect of the construction, but also highlights the ingenuity, coordination, and skill required of the workforce. Equally compelling are the mysteries surrounding the pyramid's internal chambers. While the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, and the Grand Gallery have been studied extensively, advanced scanning technologies have revealed voids and anomalies that remain unexplored. Could these be structural features designed to relieve weight? Or might they contain undiscovered spaces holding objects, inscriptions, or symbolic artifacts? Each unanswered question adds to the allure of the pyramid, suggesting that even after millennia, the ancient builder's full vision may remain partially hidden, waiting for modern ingenuity to uncover its secrets.
The astronomical alignments of the Great Pyramid further deepen its mystery. Its precise orientation to true north and potential alignment with specific stars hint at an advanced understanding of the heavens. Some researchers posit that the pyramid served as a celestial observatory, a monumental instrument linking Earth with sky. Others interpret the alignments as symbolic pathways for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the realm of the gods. Whether practical, symbolic, or both, these celestial correlations reveal a culture profoundly attuned to cosmic rhythms, blending science, spirituality, and architecture into a single, unified expression. Cultural legacy is also evident in the pyramid's role in Egyptian society. It symbolized the absolute authority of the pharaoh, the divine order of the cosmos, and the unity of state and religion. Its construction demonstrated the capability of a highly organized society to mobilize labor, materials, and knowledge on an unprecedented scale. Beyond its political and religious significance, the pyramid embodied ideals of order, permanence, and immortality, values that resonate universally, transcending time, place, and culture. The pyramid's endurance also reflects extraordinary engineering foresight. Its design distributes immense weight across the structure, allowing it to withstand earthquakes, erosion, and the wear of millennia. The corbelled ceilings, relieving chambers, and precise stone placement combine to create a monument resilient to both natural forces and human activity. This longevity is a testament to the Egyptians' mastery of materials, construction techniques, and structural planning, a synthesis of practical knowledge and visionary design that continues to impress modern engineers. The human element remains central to understanding the pyramid's legacy. The workers, artisans, engineers, and administrators who brought Khufu's vision to life were as remarkable as the monument itself. Their ingenuity, coordination, and devotion transformed limestone and granite into a timeless symbol of human potential. Graffiti, skeletal remains, and administrative records provide a glimpse into their lives, a society that valued skill, organization, and the integration of labor with purpose. Their contribution reminds us that monumental achievement is never solely the work of visionaries or rulers. It is the collective effort of countless individuals whose efforts shape history. The pyramid's mysteries extend beyond construction into philosophical and symbolic domains. Why was such immense effort devoted to a tomb? Was the pyramid merely a final resting place, or was it designed as a cosmic engine, a representation of the universe, a guide for the pharaoh's soul? Interpretations vary, yet each perspective underscores the complexity and its capacity to embody multiple layers of meaning simultaneously. Its physical and symbolic dimensions are intertwined, creating a structure that is both functional and transcendent, both temporal and eternal. Modern exploration continues to uncover new insights. Ground-penetrating radar, muon tomography, and 3D modeling reveal voids, tunnels, and previously unknown features, suggesting that the Great Pyramid still holds secrets. These discoveries renew fascination and challenge our understanding, emphasizing that even after 4,500 years, the monument is not fully comprehended. Each new finding connects us to the ancient builders, allowing us to glimpse the sophistication, ambition, and vision that shaped every stone.
The Great Pyramid's power also lies in its ability to inspire reflection. Standing before its colossal form, one is struck by the scale of human aspiration, the patience of labor, and the audacity of vision. Its stones convey not only technical mastery, but also a philosophy of life, death, and eternity. The pyramid speaks of humanity's desire to leave a mark, to communicate with future generations, and to bridge the temporal with the eternal. It is at once a tomb, a temple, a monument, and a message across time. Its enduring presence continues to influence modern thought. Scholars examine its geometry for insight into ancient knowledge. Engineers study its construction for lessons in logistics and materials. And artists draw inspiration from its form and symbolism. The pyramid has become a reference point in human culture, a measure of ambition and creativity, and a reminder of what collective human effort can achieve when guided by vision and purpose. Its influence is universal, transcending borders, disciplines, and centuries. Even in contemporary society, the Great Pyramid challenges our perception of possibility. How could a civilization without iron tools, pulleys, or machinery move millions of tons of stone with such precision? How were mathematical, astronomical, and logistical principles applied to achieve results that rival modern engineering? These questions underscore the pyramid's status not merely as a historical artifact, but as a continuing source of inspiration, inviting exploration, experimentation, and imagination. Its mysteries encourage curiosity and study, linking the past with the present and future. The pyramid's cultural resonance extends beyond Egypt. Across the world, it symbolizes endurance, ingenuity, and the quest for knowledge. Its image appears in art, architecture, literature, and media, a universal icon of human aspiration. The lessons embedded within its construction, vision, collaboration, precision, and innovation remain relevant today, reminding humanity that great achievements are forged through both imagination and discipline. The Great Pyramid, in this sense, is a bridge across civilizations, eras, and disciplines. The story of the Great Pyramid is ultimately a story of human ambition and potential. It embodies the extraordinary capacity of humans to imagine, organize, and execute on a monumental scale. Its stones bear witness to courage, ingenuity, and devotion, while its alignment with the cosmos reflects a civilization attuned to both earthly and celestial rhythms. The pyramid's mysteries, from hidden chambers to astronomical precision, invite reflection on the limits of knowledge and the possibilities of discovery. It stands as a testament not only to Khufu and his architects, but to the collective human spirit, enduring as a symbol of aspiration, creativity, and the timeless quest for eternity. Even today, as tourists, scholars, and explorers traverse the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid continues to inspire awe and contemplation. Its form, scale, and precision demand respect, while its mysteries encourage inquiry. Standing at its base, one is acutely aware of the human hands, minds, and spirits that shaped it. Each stone, each chamber, each alignment represents an achievement of extraordinary ambition, reminding us that the pursuit of greatness is as much about collaboration and dedication as it is about vision.
The Great Pyramid, resilient and majestic, continues to bridge time, connecting the ancient and modern, the mortal and the divine. Its stones whisper the stories of laborers, architects, and pharaohs, and its shadow stretches across deserts and centuries alike. It is a monument to knowledge, faith, ingenuity, and human aspiration, a symbol of the enduring power of imagination and effort. Across millennia, it stands as a silent witness to the human desire to transcend mortality, communicate across generations, and create something truly eternal. As the sun sets over the Giza Plateau, bathing the Great Pyramid in hues of gold, crimson, and violet, one feels a profound sense of continuity. For thousands of years, humans have looked upon this monument with wonder, and for thousands more, it will continue to inspire. Its legacy encompasses history, culture, science, and imagination. It is more than stone and mortar. It is a testament to the human spirit, the culmination of skill, vision, and determination, and a reminder that the pursuit of greatness, however monumental, is within the reach of those who dare to dream. The Great Pyramid endures as a symbol of what humans can achieve when ingenuity, devotion, and collective effort are united in pursuit of a vision. It embodies lessons of planning, labor, mathematics, astronomy, spirituality, and perseverance. More than a tomb, more than a monument, it is a bridge between eras, a mirror of the cosmos, and a timeless inspiration. Its mysteries challenge us, its grandeur humbles us, and its presence connects us to a civilization whose ambition and skill continue to resonate across time. Standing before the Great Pyramid at dusk, one cannot help but reflect on its magnitude, the labor, the ingenuity, the faith, and the vision that made it possible. It is a structure of stone and space, but also of human aspiration, cosmic understanding, and enduring legacy. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is more than an architectural marvel. It is a testament to the enduring power of human imagination, the capacity to reach beyond the immediate, and the timeless pursuit of immortality through achievement. Its shadow stretches far beyond the desert sands, reaching into the collective consciousness of humanity, reminding us of the heights we can attain when vision and effort converge. As the night falls and the stars emerge over Giza, the pyramid stands silent and eternal, its form reflecting constellations, its stones echoing the labor of countless hands, and its presence embodying human aspiration. The legacy of the Great Pyramid is one of inspiration, mystery, and achievement, a reminder that even in the vast expanse of time, the deeds of humans, when guided by vision and determination, can endure forever. It is a monument to the past, a teacher to the present, and a beacon for the future, illustrating the boundless possibilities of human creativity, ingenuity, and devotion.